Good morning. We only have a few weeks left in our study of Proverbs. Today we are looking at Proverbs chapters 26 and 27, taking out sections of verses in these wise sayings of Solomon, and seeing how these different wise sayings sort of apply to our lives. This morning I would like to take a look at 5 passages. Proverbs 26, verses 3 through 12, Proverbs 26, verse 17, Proverbs 27, verse 2, and Proverbs 27, verse 17. And the last one will be Proverbs 27, verse 19. So let's begin with Proverbs 26, verses 3 through 12. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the back of fools. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be just like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. Sending a message by the hands of a fool is like cutting off one's feet and drinking poison. Like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like tying a stone in a sling and giving is the giving of honor to a fool. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like an archer who wounds at random is one who hires a fool or any passerby. As a dog returns to his vomit, so fools repeat their folly. Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for them. These 10 or so verses, all packed together, are all different proverbs on their own, but they all have the same basic theme: dealing with foolish people. Solomon must have really had an annoyance with people who were foolish. People who did foolish things and said foolish words, and in general, people who just acted like fools, because he spends a lot of time in Proverbs talking about the not being foolish and how weird foolish people are. And some of this language he uses is graphic. All of these warnings and these reasons he has to avoid foolish people. But if you look at verse 11, it's just gross. A dog returning to eating vomit. In Solomon's eyes, it's the same thing as a fool. Because fools are going to repeat their folly. They're going to make the same mistakes. A dog who throws something up because it makes him sick to his stomach is going to return and eat that vomit. And what's it going to make him do? It's going to make him sick to his stomach again, and he's going to throw up again. It's the same as a fool returning to do the same thing over and over and over again because he thinks, maybe this time I'll get it right. Solomon, with all this talk of fools, wants the reader to understand the importance of who we let in our lives. This whole section, I really think, is Solomon saying, hey, be careful who you hang out with, who you associate with, who you let take up your time, and who you entrust things to. If we are bad at picking friends and confidants, bad at choosing people who we can and can't say things to, we may end up ensnared in the foolishness of someone who we thought we could trust. If we give our secrets or give our confidences to a foolish person, well, it's like we just told everybody else because they're going to go share it with people. Or if we entrust a task or a duty or a job to a foolish person, we know it's not going to get done, and then we may end up in trouble for it. Beware foolish people. Foolish people will always drag those who choose to associate with them down. And you do not want to get caught up in their nonsense. Proverbs 26, verse 17. Like one who grabs a stray dog by the ears is someone who rushes into a quarrel not their own. Mind your own business. If it's not your fight and you don't know all sides of the situation, be very careful about if and when you get involved. Solomon talks about grabbing the ears of a stray dog. That's a bad decision. I look at it this way. Have you ever seen a dog fight? Like two dogs who get in a fight? Maybe you've walked your dog one time and a stray has attacked your dog. Or you've seen these videos on YouTube of dogs fighting. It's a dangerous situation. It's a dangerous place to be when you're back out of it, when you're not right up in the middle. But it's also a very dangerous situation for the owner of one of those dogs. If that's your dog and this other dog comes up and attacks it, what's your instinct? Your instinct is you're going to try to grab your dog and pull your dog away from the attacking dog. But if you're not careful in doing that, your own dog, who loves you and would never bite you, may just end up attacking you. Why? Because it's their instinct. But you see, dogs in the middle of a fight are driven by their instincts. They're running on this instinct to defend myself from this attack from any sides. When dogs get in a fight, they get what we call tunnel vision, where they will attack anything because they're threatened. And if you, their owner, when your dog is in this tunnel vision moment, stick your hand in there to grab and pull your dog back, it's gonna bite you. It's the same thing with sticking yourself into somebody else's business. If you aren't careful, the problem could turn around and bite you. Let's say you've got two friends, and these two friends of yours, they get in a fight with each other. And friend one, they come to you and they're telling you all about the situation and how terrible friend two is, how bad they treated you, all the bad stuff that they did. And you're sitting there listening to friend one and you're going, man, I can't believe friend two would do that. That's ridiculous. I need to go stick up for friend one. And so you go to friend two and you go off on friend two for how they're treating friend one. And in the midst of you going off on friend two explains to you why friend one was actually the one who was in the wrong. And now you're stuck in the middle of friend one and friend two in their fight. And now both of them are mad at you because you were on my side and now you're on their side. And why would you believe I would be that person when you've known me forever? And now you end up in the middle of somebody else's business that you didn't belong in the first place. And you're taking it from both sides. Don't involve yourself in someone else's fight unless you are sure of exactly what's going on. That's what Solomon's warning about here. He's telling his sons, he's telling the readers, be careful of the fights you get involved in. Because sometimes it's not your business. And sometimes if you're not careful and you make the wrong choice or choose the wrong side or get involved in the wrong fight, it might turn around and bite you. Proverbs 27, verse 2. Let someone else praise you, and not your own mouth, an outsider, and not your own lips. Be humble. It's always better for someone else to sing your praises than for you to walk around telling people how awesome you are. If I were to come up to you tomorrow and tell you how great I am at woodworking, I don't know, woodworking. Let's say I come up to you and tell you I'm just the best woodworker who ever was. I made this really cool thing out of wood, and it's going to last for a real long time, and it's really nice, it's really intricate looking. What's your first thought? Oh, he's bragging about something. Man, he's full of himself today. Right? But let's say I made that really cool, awesome, intricate thing, and I gave it to somebody, and they come up to you and be like, man, did you see this thing Nathan made for me? It's so cool. It's intricate. How did he do all this really intricate woodworking detail? How did he do all of that really cool stuff? Is that me bragging? No. Instead of you being like, man, Nathan's just so full of himself for making that really cool thing, you're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. I didn't know he could make cool stuff like that. Maybe I'll go and ask him to make me something. Good for him. Your praises sung by someone else are always more beneficial to you in your relationships with others than when you walk around singing your own praises. Be humble enough to let others brag for you. Let other people speak about how good and great and wonderful your skills are. Don't speak for yourself. Proverbs 27, verse 17. I love this verse. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This is all about having good friendships. Having people in your life who will call you out when you're being foolish. Friends who will build each other up, push each other further and deeper into stronger relationships with Jesus. and to deeper levels of friendship and deeper levels of commitment. Build around yourself good friends, not lots of friends. You don't need to have lots of friends, but good friends who will build you up, who will call you out, and who will sharpen you and make you into a better person. Because when we have those kind of friends, it makes us sharp. It draws us closer to Jesus. It makes our faith stronger. It makes us better humans. It makes us work better and do better in every aspect of our lives. Proverbs 27, verse 19, our final one. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Your actions reflect who you really are. The things you do, the way you talk to other people or about other people, how you treat people is a reflection of who you are on the inside. If your actions day in and day out treat people terribly, if you're mean and rude and stuck up and sinful, don't be surprised when people don't want to be your friend. Don't be surprised when people don't want to talk to you or act like they don't like you. Why? Well, your actions are speaking for you. This isn't about making a mistake, though. One time you had a bad day, you said something off. This is consistent acts, consistent actions reflect the heart. If you want to know who you really are, the very heart of who you are, you want to know how strong your faith is, look honestly at the things you do day in and day out. What you do day in and day out will reflect your heart, will reflect who you really are on the inside. Have a great rest of the week.